Akansha, you come from Uttarakhand, right? And you're trying for a job in UP. Okay. Recently, Uttarakhand government has implemented a decision regarding women quota, and it says that only women of Uttarakhand are eligible for that.
Yes, sir.
UP also has women quota, but it is open to all.
Yes, sir.
Which do you think is a better policy and why?
So I think UP's policy is a better policy.
Okay, but don't you think it is unfair on your part to try here when your state government is actually not allowing the people of, say, Uttar Pradesh or other states to qualify?
I want to say
compete.
one thing over here, that this I am a student who is availing this 30% reservation over there as well. Just 2 days back, I competed for Uttarakhand PCS mains. So of course, it is wrong on my part to say that my state is doing wrong. But morality says that when I am getting a fair chance in Uttar Pradesh, then Uttar Pradesh women should also get the fair chance in Uttarakhand. Also, the manner in which the women from other states were taken out of the mains examination process just before a week, and they have prepared it for almost 8 months, was something which I disagree upon with my state government.
So why, and this is, Uttarakhand is not an isolated case, like we see in many other states also, like they are going for this jobs for locals, even going for reservation in private sector. So overall, how do you see this trend?
Sir, reservation in private sector.
Yes, reservation in private sector.
Sir,
for locals.
For locals. So to some extent, it can be beneficial, because then we don't see complaints like we sons of the soil theory. To some extent, they are pacified with that a little amount of reservation. But then if we make it a policy with hefty amounts like 40, 45, 50% reservations, then this is not an equal opportunity for anyone. Of course, okay. India is a country.
What is the issue with Joshimath? Like, it's a natural disaster or a man-made disaster?
So Joshimath disaster is a combination of both. Joshimath is placed on a very fragile zone 5 earthquakes zone, and it is placed over a landslide which happened 200 to 300 years ago. So it is not very stable land. Also, it can incorporate a maximum of 15,000 people.
So if we have to choose between development and conservation of nature, on which side we should lean?
So I think we should take a balanced approach, but depending upon the geography. As far as Uttarakhand is concerned and the state of Joshimath is concerned, then environment should be a major policy take. But as far as places like Ken-Betwa river was interlinking was on similar lines, that there was some protest happening, then I think then it will be on developmental lines.
Okay. You are also a computer engineer.
Yes.
So tell me, what is ChatGPT and what is GPT in this ChatGPT?
So chat stands for chatting, and GPT is generative pre-trained transformer.
So what exactly is it?
So it is a AI developed tool by OpenAI Technologies, which attempts to give us results, our queries, in a form as if it is given by an individual, a human being, rather than a computer. For example,
is there any test available by which we can check whether something that is presented to us is actually created by a human being or by a machine or computer?
So I'm not aware of.
Not aware. Recently, a bank has failed in US. What's the name of that bank?
Silicon Valley Bank, sir.
And what is the main reason for its failure?
So it was mainly giving funds to startups, and due to global liquidity crunch, the startups owners they started debting out of that.
Okay. Is there any
bank.
Link whatsoever with the increase in interest rates by the US Federal Reserve?
Yes, sir.
How like what is the link?
When US Fed Reserve increased their interest rate, people prefer to keep their money in the bank rather than investing in startups, which they think are dangerous. Therefore, when this discourages people to invest in startups, so startups don't get fund. Ultimately, they take funds from these banks, and that's why the banks collapse.
Okay. My final question to you. Now, UP government has this ambitious plan of becoming a $1 trillion economy, and India has an ambitious plan, what people perceive to be 5 trillion economy, right? So who is being realistic? The Indian government is being realistic, then definitely UP government is not realistic, right? And if Indian government is very conservative, then maybe UP government is right in going for a $1 trillion economy. What is your view?
I think, sir, Indian government is more realistic and UP government is making an aspirational task. So that if we make a task of 1 trillion, at least we can achieve 60-70% of it, and that will benefit UP even more.
Thank you.